And we are in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're holding. We are holding. 3, 2, 1. Roll A. Track and dissolve. Stand by camera
Following
1
program
on a
is
two-shot
produced
whip.
at and funded by Linden State College, the college of the Northeast Kingdom.
On tonight's edition of News 7.
Despite a hefty denial on the Millers Run school budget from Wheelock, the school budget has still passed. What's the future hold now?
Stand by to
ATVs have
dissolve
had
to
access
camera
to
1 on a
roadways in
two-shot
Barnet
whip.
in the past,
Right there.
but now portions of more roadways will be open to drivers.
And a bill has passed to allow voters to register on Election Day. But will it increase the voting numbers? News 7 starts right now.
All right, guys, here we go. Stand by to dissolve to camera 1 on a
Live
two-shot
from the
whip.
Vermont Center for Community Journalism.
Have a good show, guys.
This is News 7 at 5:30.
Dissolve, Mike and Q.
Good evening, I'm Nick Oresco alongside Camille DeLongis. Today marked day 1 of the Robert Dillinger sentencing.
Lose it.
That's right. Dillinger is
Advance,
expected to
stand by to
face
mix
from
FSG.
12 to 24 years in prison and is the convicted killer of expecting mother Amanda Murphy and Jason Timmons.
Mix it in.
Dillinger
Brook
of
advance to lower
Sunapee
third.
was reportedly
Lower
trying
third.
to commit suicide when his car crashed into the Vermont couple at over 100
No.
miles an hour. The
Stand
54-year-old
by to
pleaded
dissolve back to
guilty
camera
in
1.
February to negligent homicide of the couple
Tell 'em we're
and
coming
the
back on
death of
camera
their
1.
unborn child.
Dissolve back.
The former Fortune
Stand
500
by, camera
executive
2.
claimed today that he was not suicidal. The sentencing will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m.
And take camera 2.
It may have
Stand by,
taken
be
a
with.
second try, but a local school district has passed a budget for the upcoming school year. Alex Paddock has a story.
Roll B. Take it. Lose it. Advance.
A trimmed-down budget brought
First should
Wheelock
be
and
Carol
Sheffield
Rossi.
residents to the polls yesterday. The new figure
just
comes in
Carol
at
in this
just
pack,
under
Paddock?
$3.9 million
Just Carol in this
with
pack?
money saved from the cutting of a teaching job. Wheelock has been resistant to the funding proposals in recent years, which confuses some involved with the school.
I really
Flagger.
think what we need to do is try and get
Lose it.
information
Advance.
about why the people of Wheelock
All right, this is it
are
for
no
the
longer
pack.
supporting
This
the
is
school
it for the
budget.
pack. Stand by
Because I've
camera 2 on a
lived here
kiosk for the
a
tag.
long time, maybe about 40
Minute left in
years,
pack.
and there was strong support from the community of Wheelock for the education budget. I think it all has to do with money and a lack of understanding of how education is funded these days.
Sheffield overwhelmingly supported the budget, passing it 51-9, while Wheelock residents weren't as welcoming and rejected it 41-59.
It is a very good day for the students at this passed, and I have been attending the school board meetings, and it surprised me to learn that the students last year were paying attention to the results of the voting, and a teacher made a comment that students were
15
getting
left in pack.
discouraged
Stand by
by
camera
the
2 on a
results
kiosk
of
for the
voting.
tag.
They didn't feel the support from the community. So it impacts our kids. So I'm very happy that this passed. And
Rossi and others who are involved with the school are relieved the money was approved and are looking forward to the upcoming
by 2 on a
school year,
kiosk. Do we have
which
a
they hope will
kiosk
be
for this
free
one?
of conflict. Reporting for the Vermont Center for Community Journalism,
There we go.
I'm Alex Paddock in Wheelock.
And take it.
The school
Stand by
faces
1 on the
difficulty
box.
approving a budget
1
nearly
looks
every
good.
year, but Rossi is projecting the process next year to be no more difficult than this year.
And take camera 1 on a
The
box.
time is
Stand
coming
by A
closer
with.
for the renovation of the bridge over the Dish Mill Brook in East Burke.
Roll A.
The plan for the
Take it.
bridge is to expand its size to help with
Lose
flooding.
it.
In
Advance,
April,
Brooke. Stand
on
by.
April 28th,
Be
a
with.
public information meeting will be held to discuss what will be happening for the bridge. It will be shut down between May 26th and June 15th. Even with the detours from the construction, Sam Sanderson says people will still
Roll
come.
B. Take it.
Because they can still get into Mark.
Lose it.
Because this is when they were
Advance.
trying to get
Stand
out
by
of
to
Mark.
come back to 1 on the box. Brooke. Advance here.
Have a-
Go back on your OTS. Go back.
But anyway, no, detours
There you
won't
go.
be a problem. The truck traffic will detour up Route 5 and 5A in Lyndonville. And the tourist traffic, there'll be roads they can get by. They won't. The locals will be fine, and the tourist traffic will be fine.
Take it.
Before and after
by
the
2 on a
closing of the
kiosk.
bridge, traffic will periodically be reduced to 1 lane.
And take camera 2 on a
The
kiosk.
town
Stand
of
by A
Barnet
with.
is now
Brooke.
allowing
Advance your
ATVs
OTS.
to drive on additional roads.
Roll A.
Residents have complained recently
Take it.
about restrictions to some roads. Previously,
Lose
the
it.
town only allowed
Advance.
ATVs to drive on
Stand by
22
B
of
with.
those roads. But now there will be access to an additional 4 that include Barnet Center Road, Gross Hill Road, Little France Road, and Warden Road. One Barnet resident is happy to see that the town is finally allowing
Roll B.
access.
Take it.
You know, this could be a benefit to
Lose
a lot
it.
of
Advance. Stand by. Come back to camera
places
2 on a
in
kiosk
Vermont
for the
and
tag.
be a good thing for the economy, and people to see that it's not as bad as it sounds. I think people got a phobia or a fear of ATVs, that they're hazardous and and they're a death machine, and they're not.
Take it.
Now, most
Stand by, 1
ATV
on the
trails
box.
are expected to be open by the 10th of May.
Take 1 on the box.
The
Stand by
hit
A
and
with.
run perpetrator who hit a state trooper's cruiser in Sunderland has turned herself in.
Roll A.
46-year-old Valerie Radford has been charged with
Lose
gross negligent operation
Advance.
and leaving the scene of an accident. The trooper was on a Route
Stand by 2
7
on a
interchange
kiosk.
ramp when an oncoming vehicle struck the cruiser's rear door and fender.
This is
Radford
the
went to
video
the
that
state
aired
police
the other
yesterday, and her lawyer says she is cooperating with the investigation.
Take 2 on a kiosk. Stand by
A
CG1.
40-mile pursuit took place this afternoon when 19-year-old Jesse Sawyer evaded police for speeding.
Mix it in.
Sawyer stole a
Stand by
vehicle
to mix
from
back to
St.
camera
J
2 on
Auto
my
in
cue.
St.
And
Johnsbury,
when I
and when
say
police
so,
attempted to
advance
pull
CG1
him
when I
over
say
on
so.
Interstate 91 North, he kept driving until his vehicle was disabled by state police in Newport.
Dissolve back.
Sawyer is
Stand by
now
1 on a
facing
box. Book
charges and
advance.
will be
CG1.
held in the Northeast Regional Correctional Facility until he
job.
appears in Caledonia Court tomorrow.
Take 1 on a box.
Governor Peter
Stand by
Shumlin
B
has
with.
banned all state-funded trips to Indiana.
No,
This
no
ban
with.
was implemented
Roll
due
B,
to
take it.
Indiana's new religious
Brook
freedom
advance to
law.
lower third.
Shumlin also offered Vermont as a host
Stand
for
by
a
2 on a
public
kiosk for the
employee
next story.
union that canceled a women's conference in Indianapolis as to keep the legacy of promoting equal rights alive.
Take camera 2 on a kiosk.
Registration
is a
deadlines
reader.
to take
This
the
is a reader.
SAT
Stand by 1
are
on a box.
approaching,
Brook advance
and
your
Governor Peter
RTS.
Shumlin is reminding Vermont high school students that they may qualify to take the test for free. The fee is $50, but junior and senior high school students who have free or reduced price meal plans can have that fee waived. To obtain a registration fee waiver, students should visit their guidance
good.
counselor or their VSAC outreach counselor.
And take camera 1. Stand
A
by A
bill that
with.
plans to reduce the number of school systems in
Nope,
the
no
state
with.
was discussed today after
Brook
being
advance to lower third.
postponed from yesterday. Smaller
Roll A.
schools will be
Take it.
combined to form larger school systems to create a more
by 2 on a
cost-efficient state
kiosk.
education system
It's just a
and
VO.
improve educational opportunities for public school students. The legislature wants to make these changes because of growing voter discontent with rising education costs, higher property taxes, and declining student enrollment. Spending caps for schools will be further discussed.
And take camera 2.
And
Stand
today
by
the
B
Senate
with.
passed a bill that will allow voters to register and
No,
cast
no
their
with.
ballot on Election Day.
Roll B.
The current
Take
law
it.
would only allow registration up until
Stand
the
by,
Wednesday
A with.
before the election. Secretary of State Jim Kondo says he's extremely grateful that the Senate passed this, and it indicates that this is truly a voters' rights issue. But will this new law help bring voters' numbers up?
Roll A. Take it.
I mean, I think if they cared, if
Lose
they
it.
wanted to
Advance.
vote,
Brook advance
they
your
would,
RTS as well. Stand by 2 on a kiosk. 1
you know,
tighten up.
not expected to be able to walk into a polling place on the day of election and
Camera 1,
just
tighten
vote. They
up.
would
Get a
have
tight shot.
taken on the responsibility of registering to vote, and I think that's what most
Stand by,
people
come back
do.
to 2 on a kiosk.
We're going to have, we could have some issues where
1 zoom out a little
if
bit.
somebody was registered in another town,
Pan left a little bit.
came and registered in our town,
Take it.
Kondo's finished his statement by saying
by live
no one
advance.
should be denied the right to vote.
And live advance the kiosk.
Vermont Secretary of State
There you
Jim Kondos will be the 2015
Alright.
keynote
Stand by
speaker for
1
the
on a
Town
tight. This is
Office's
a reader.
Education Conference this month.
When I say so, 2
Kondos will
spin
speak
quick.
about the open meetings law and transparency in government with the hope that more people will go to meetings and understand how government works. Meetings will be held today in Burlington, on April 22nd in Fairleigh, and on April 29th in Killington.
Take camera 1, 2
A
spin.
recent study done by the Vermont Agency of
This is a
Education
reader.
shows
Stand by,
that the
double
state's
box.
small school districts provide fewer educational opportunities. The study
Right,
shows
2
smaller
out,
school
out, out.
districts have higher spending, higher taxes,
Right
and
there.
smaller
Perfect.
curriculums. Today, Vermont
up just a
legislators
little
are
bit, too.
debating a bill that
Tell
would
Joey to
consolidate
take
some
a
of the
step to
school
his left
districts.
quickly.
The bill is still in its early stages.
Right there, perfect. And take
And
it
now
box.
let's
Stand
bring
by
in Joe
2.
Galato, who joins us for a first
No
look at our
with, Matt, no
forecast. Joe, the sunshine is back, but in return, we had to deal with some chilly
Hold it for a
temperatures.
sec.
Yeah,
Flip
we
the
did
prompter,
this
flip the
morning. We
prompter.
woke up to some chilly temperatures,
Take
and you
it.
can see behind me the overnight lows were in the 30s and even some 20s. They're not on the board,
Flag
but there
them
were
at your
some
discretion,
20s.
Matt.
There's 120 up there in Newport, but 32 Lyndonville, 35 St. Johnsbury for overnight low temperatures.
That's it.
And
Advance,
it's
Brooke.
chilly for this time of the year. We just got into the first
All
day
right,
of
stand by
April.
camera 1
Spring
on a
has been
2-shot
couple
width. When
weeks
we
here,
take camera 1
and
on a
we're still
2-shot
not
width,
seeing
I want
any
CD under.
significant warm up, and that's unfortunate. If you take a look outside right now at the current Conditions 33 degrees is the temperature outside the station. North wind at 5 miles an hour with a real feel of 25 as we've seen gusty winds that kept us feeling a bit chilly throughout the day today. Again, like I said, a beautiful sunny day, but towards the west you can see we'll have some precip moving on through, and we could see some rain and snow showers
15.
into Easter weekend. Tonight, 14 to 18 degrees
Stand by
for the
camera 1 on
temperature
2 shot with
with
them. We
mostly
take camera
clear
1 on 2
skies.
shot with them
And then
on
for
CD. Camera
Thursday,
1 tilt up
highs
just a
of
little bit.
43 to 48 degrees, but that's going to come in the way of some light
Just up a
snow
little bit,
and
one
even some
quickly.
rain showers. I'll have
Look
more coming up in just a bit. Guys?
All right,
Take it,
thanks a
CD
lot,
under.
Joe. Today marks the first day
Stand by,
farmers
be
can
clean.
spread manure, but this weather stinks for those tasks, and the ground, well, is still frozen.
And canines can
Roll B.
cost you quite a bit
Dissolve.
if you didn't get them registered by today's
Stand by, A
deadline.
clean.
We'll have more on dog licensing after the break.
CD full, kill their mics. Stand by A. And in 3, 2, 1, roll A. Fade to black cut and fade back up.